So, I played the COD Vanguard beta for a bit on PC, and I have a lot of thoughts on it. For new viewers of this channel, the Things That Annoy Me series is a game review series that I do from time to time where I deliberately focus on the negative aspects of an otherwise perfectly acceptable game. I believe in the importance of critical reviews even if the game is really good, because no game is perfect, and I don't think the negatives with the game should go ignored just because there's a lot of positives. And after listening to me preface the video like this, you're probably thinking to yourself, wow, Joe must have actually really enjoyed Vanguard. Well, here's the thing. I honestly have no clue if I enjoyed it or not. I know it's a beta, so I'm gonna go easy on things like connection and lag, because that's the whole point of a beta. But I'm not gonna be holding back on the game design elements, because that's stuff that there's no excuse for. Technical problems, I get it. Game design problems, prepare your anus. This is everything about the COD Vanguard beta that annoys me. Right off the bat, the whole three-way matchmaking thing is just weird. Like the tactical assault blitz thing, it's just unnecessary. I'm down for hardcore and core and ground war, but 3 modes, especially when they're not very well explained, is just unnecessary. Assault is basically normal COD, tactical is a little slower, and blitz is a little faster, but the way they actually play is pretty interchangeable. I'm hoping Sledgehammer does a little more to make the differences clearer in the full build of the game, because a lot of the time I couldn't tell which version of the game I was playing until I hit the scoreboard. You can play the tactical modes as fast as you want, and you can camp your ass off and blitz if you want to. It's just unnecessary. I can't think of a better word for it than unnecessary. Core, hardcore, ground war. That's it. That's all you need. Also, the gun balance is fucking awful. I don't know if it's a hit detection thing or a damage thing, but the M1928 and the STG seem to be the only guns worth using right now. Also, what's the point of even having rifles in the game when SMGs can do the job just as well or better? Alright, let's talk about spawns. That's the thing everyone's talking about. Let's talk about the spawns. Or rather, let's not talk about spawns, and here's just a montage of the great, amazing spawns I've had in just the first 5 games of playing the beta. Bro, did you just spawn that?
Double kill! Hostiles took the
Was that a spawn? That was 3. Yo, nice spawn.
Patrol zone's up for grabs. Setting up field mine. Shot, no Patrol zone secured.
No way I spawned right there. I did just spawn right there. Bro, what?
Feeling so good. Recon aloft.
No way I spawned right here.
Ain't going nowhere.
Dude. Picard will get his soon enough. In the elevator. There's a very interesting shot that...
Like, why is it only spawning us in this back corner?
Cut this bullshit. Get out.
Let me guess, you're gonna spawn me in the same spot. Yep. Like, I can't even blame them for camping that spot. Like, why wouldn't you camp that spot? If it, like, it's only spawning us right here. Is there one spawn point on this entire fucking side? This is beyond unacceptable. Sledgehammer COD games have a tendency to have really atrocious spawns, and honestly, this might be the worst it's ever been. I've seen people excuse this with the whole, oh, it's just a beta thing, but no, this is not a beta thing. This is a garbage spawn engine thing. COD World War II previously held the title for the worst spawns ever in a COD game, and then Modern Warfare took the top spot, but I guess Sledgehammer is just doing their best to one-up everybody wherever they can, because these spawns are fucking awful. And no, this is not a beta thing. This is an engine thing. I've seen some reports of cheating, so I'll just show a couple questionable clips that I've gotten so far. I don't know how widespread of a problem this is, but I've definitely had some odd clips. You know, I'm not gonna make a call either way about the cheating, but, you know, I'll show these and just move on. Anti-cheat is allegedly coming, but I'm also a little annoyed that the anti-cheat's being paraded around like some great, gracious feature. The particle effects are way too dramatic. They're insanely obstructive, and I don't know why they're so heavy. My ability to shoot people with a gun shouldn't be hindered by me shooting the gun. Also, I don't know whose idea it was to make the classic radar into a perk, but it was a really bad idea, because it's a crutch perk now. If you insist on making the radar a perk, it needs to be in the same category as Ghost, so there's some risk-reward there. Right now, Ghost and Radar is the meta, and if you're not running that, you're at a severe disadvantage. Just make the Radar permanent and delete the perk, or put Radar and Ghost in the same category to fix the perk balance. Maps are a mixed bag for me. Some of them are decent, and some are just weird. I don't know the names yet, but the snowy town square one fucking sucks. But that's also really the only one that stands out to me as being particularly bad. The rest are just, you know, they're passable. I think the quality of the maps here is really going to come down to the spawn engine and the matchmaking. The skill matching was definitely noticeable in the beta, but it's not nearly as bad as Cold War or Modern Warfare, and I think that's going to have a big impact on your enjoyment of these maps. There aren't any bangers, but there's really only one bad one in my opinion. If people are actually moving and playing the game as God intended, I can see this being a decent lineup of maps. Also, what the hell is this glare? Like, why was this even programmed? Like, what purpose does this fucking glare serve? The gunsmith has officially gone too far. There's just way too much going on with attachments, and there are some that clearly need to be rebalanced. Like, subsonic rounds, why would you ever not run these? There's also a few attachment descriptions that are obviously just copy-pasted from other weapons. Like, there's a few attachments for the 3-line rifle that decrease or increase recoil during sustained fire, but it's a bolt action. It's literally not possible to provide sustained fire with this gun. Also, launchers need to be unlocked by default, or at least one of them does. The fact that you have to get to level 21, which is almost half of the entire progression system, just to shoot down kill streaks is a massive oversight. The beta was plagued by killstreak spam because you couldn't do shit about them, because the majority of the players don't have launchers to shoot them down. The game is going to flow completely differently once launchers are commonplace, and you don't need to spam LMGs at spy planes and stuff. One launcher needs to be unlocked by default. There also really needs to be a mute all button in the game scoreboard. Like, there's one in the pregame lobby, but not during the in-game scoreboard. Like, why is this hard? Why'd we go backwards on this? Overall, I think Vanguard is a huge step up from Modern Warfare and Cold War, but I also think those are two of the worst COD games ever made, so I really don't know if that's a compliment. For everything Vanguard fixes from the last two games, it screws something up that didn't have to be changed in the first place. They brought back the old minimap, but they overcomplicated the gunsmith. They improved the visibility, but added obstructive particle and glare effects. They made the maps more straightforward, but the spawns are arguably the worst in the entire franchise. I'm not buying this game on day one, you probably shouldn't either, but I'll happily try a free weekend or something and reassess after a few patches. I think that's where I'm at right now. The game honestly has even more potential than Modern Warfare and Cold War did, but this is the third COD game in a row where I've had to talk about the potential instead of the actual product, and I'm just tired of it. I'll happily try the game again once it's out, but right now I'm just indifferent. And for a video game, that's probably the worst thing I can feel.